Live from KTVN Reno, you're watching 2 News at 5.
Every day, Nevada Highway Patrol investigates numerous crashes.
Yeah, car crashes happen all the time in northern Nevada, but what should drivers do if they're in one? That is tonight's 2 News big story at 5:30. Law enforcement agencies say some crashes might be handled a little bit differently, but safety is always the #1 concern. I'm Ryan Kennedy.
And I'm Kristen Remington. Thanks for being with us. Today we spoke with law enforcement officers about being safe if you ever find yourself involved in a crash. Brandon Foose joins us live at the intersection of Rock Boulevard and Mill Street. And Brandon, why is it a good idea to be prepared in case of something like this?
Well, you know, Kristen, it's one of those things that everybody learns when they get their license, but right after a crash happens, so many people are frazzled or even in a state of panic that it's good to know exactly what you should do in that moment, just in case. The scene of a car crash can be chaotic, even before first responders arrive. If you're in a crash, law enforcement says if you can't drive your vehicle to the right shoulder, don't get out unless you have to.
Stay in your vehicle, keep your seatbelt on. We often see secondary collisions, which are a result of that first collision.
Ideally, you can safely move to the right shoulder. NHP says it's best to stay in the car, but if you want to check the damage, do so safely and get right back in the car.
It's natural to want to see what kind of damage is on your vehicle, what happened to the other vehicle, but you want to make sure you're far enough off the roadway that you don't get hit by another car. And if you are going to check the damage on your vehicle, don't meander in the travel lane. Not only are you creating a hazard for yourself, you're creating a hazard for the other motorists trying to get by.
Especially during the evening hours or at night, if you get out of your vehicle after being involved in a collision and it's dark outside, people may not be able to see you.
There are times where one of the drivers in the crash doesn't want to cooperate. Police say get whatever info you can and wait for them to arrive.
If for whatever reason there is a conflict between both individuals in a vehicle and you don't feel safe, just stay in your vehicle. Even if the other vehicle decides to take off and leave, stay in your vehicle, obtain a license plate number, and provide that to first responders when they get there.
And if you're unharmed and waiting for the scene to clear, officials ask you let emergency personnel do their work.
Make room for those first responders that are helping those that need our assistance.
And law enforcement tells me if you or your passenger has a serious injury in a crash, it's still best to try to get over to the right shoulder. It's simply just the safest place for you to wait while you wait for first responders. But if you are too injured or your passenger is too injured for you to move the vehicle, just stay put and wait for them in the middle of the road in your vehicle. Covering the big story, Brandon Foose, 2 News.